Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into the story of a place that really captures this idea of an enduring crossroads. I'm talking about Jaffa, the ancient port city.
Right.
And our mission, looking at the source, Jaffa, ancient port enduring crossroads, is to figure out, well, what made this city such a continuous hub for people, goods, crucial events for millennia?
It's fascinating, isn't it? Because it's more than just geography. Jaffa's history is, it's deeply woven into huge moments in human history. We're talking major cultures, the path of religions.
Yeah.
It really had a global impact.
That's quite something for one city. Okay, so let's start way back. What about its biblical connections? What are the first big mentions?
Well, early on, First Temple period, it pops up significantly. It's the main port, you see, for bringing in that valuable cedar wood from Lebanon.
At Solomon's temple.
Exactly. Essential stuff. And
Yeah.
then, there's the prophet Jonah. He famously tried to flee from Jaffa.
Right, to Tarshish.
That's the one. And it happened again later during the Second Temple building. Jaffa was the gateway for those Lebanese cedars once more. It was already a port with a kind of destiny.
So a vital shipping point right from the start. But its history is also full of, well, conquest and resilience, this constant cycle. What about the Hasmonean period?
That really sets the pattern.
Yeah.
The Hasmoneans, the Maccabees, they fought like crazy in the 2nd century BCE to get Jaffa. It had to be Jerusalem's port.
Okay.
But there was this tragic incident. Jewish residents fled onto ships, but a storm hit and they died on the rocks. Judas Maccabeus retaliated by burning the city and the port down, one of its first major destructions.
Wow, and certainly not the last, as you say. So then the Romans arrive. How did things go under them? Did that cycle continue?
Oh, absolutely. It just intensified, really. Jaffa was clearly a prize. Pompey took it, attached to Phoenicia. Then Julius Caesar gave it back to Judea around 47 BCE.
Okay.
Then it sort of bounced between Herod, Cleopatra, Augustus.
So constant fighting over it.
Exactly. It shows you control that port, you control the region's economy, its military access. It was that important. And during the Great Revolt, total devastation by Cestius Gallus.
Is that when the Jewish fleet was lost?
Yes, drowned in a storm. Survivors massacred on the beach. We've actually found evidence of this in Kedemim Square excavations. Grim stuff.
It's just incredible that it keeps coming back after things like that.
Yeah.
What about Vespasian rebuilding it as Flavia Iope?
Right, that shows its inherent value, doesn't it?
Sure.
Vespasian didn't just patch it up. He made it an autonomous city. Built a fortress, put in a garrison. It was a strategic investment, acknowledging, Jaffa couldn't be ignored. Pure resilience.
Okay, so from this strategic economic hub, it then pivots, becomes central to a major faith. How did Jaffa get tangled up in the rise of Christianity?
Yeah, that's a really pivotal chapter. 1st century CE, St. Peter shows up in Jaffa. He performs miracles there, like resurrecting Tabitha.
Okay.
But the huge thing, he stays at Simon the Tanner's house. And on that rooftop, he has this crucial vision.
But then what about clean and unclean animals, right?
That's it. And his interpretation was radical. It was a divine sign to accept non-Jews into this new Christian movement. I mean, that decision basically opened the door for Christianity to spread globally.
Wow, happening right there in Jaffa.
Right there. And later, 4th to 6th centuries, Jaffa was thriving as a Byzantine port, even had its own Christian bishop.
The story just keeps going. Fast forward to the medieval period, more destruction and rebuilding. What about the Crusades?
Yep, same pattern. When the Crusaders were approaching in the late 11th century, the Fatimid rulers actually destroyed Jaffa themselves to deny it to them.
Really?
Yeah. Later, in 1268, Baybars, the Mamluk Sultan, took it back. It stayed important as the port for the nearby city of Ramla. We even have a description from 1321 by an Arab geographer, Abu al-Fida. He called it small, pleasant, well-fortified, bustling markets, lots of ships.
So it recovered again.
It did. But then, guess what? Authorities got nervous about another crusade around 1330 and leveled it again, put really strict controls on trade and pilgrims after that.
Just relentless cycles. So what finally sparked its big modern revival?
That really kicks off in the 19th century. Napoleon was there briefly, March 1799. Left behind plague victims, actually. Ottoman rule returned. But the real turning point was Muhammad Abu Nabuk. With British backing, he rebuilt and fortified the city.
Okay, a fresh start.
A major one. The Jewish community started growing again, beginning with an inn founded around 1820. Then, under Muhammad Ali's Egyptian rule from 1831, new Egyptian neighborhoods popped up.
And things kept developing after it went back to the Ottomans in 1840.
Absolutely. You had American and German Christian groups setting up their own neighborhoods outside the old walls. Then, a huge change in the 1870s, they demolished the city walls.
Leading to expansion.
Big time. urban sprawl, the port booming, especially with those famous Jaffa oranges. Plus, new Jewish neighborhoods like Neve Tzedek in 87, Neve Shalom in 90. And then, in 1892, the railway to Jerusalem opens. That really cemented its connection again. It just shows that incredible ability to adapt and rebuild.
So, looking back across all these thousands of years, what's the main takeaway about Jaffa being this constant crossroads?
I think it's that capacity for, well, for adaptation, for destruction, and then a rebirth. It just kept reinventing itself. It wasn't just about surviving. It kept becoming vital again for trade, culture.
Yeah.
It proves that certain places, strategic places, even when wiped out, they just have this pull, this magnetism that brings life back again and again.
It really does make you wonder, doesn't it? What other places, maybe ones we think of as minor, played these kinds of huge, overlooked roles in shaping history? Jaffa's story is definitely a powerful reminder of that.